Last week, Vivek Sharma went to the DMV to renew his trucking license, but he was denied. The problem? New rules surrounding the process.
जिनके पास ग्रीन कार्ड है या सिटीजन है उनका ही चलेगा लाइसेंस.
As he explains in Hindi, only green card holders and U.S. citizens can get their commercial driver's license renewed. Sharma's been in the U.S. legally for the past 10 years, seeking political asylum. His final court case is next year.
I'm sorry to interrupt the introduction video, but this man's been in the country a decade, seeking asylum, allegedly. Everybody's seeking asylum now, right? He can't be bothered to learn the language. He can't be bothered to learn how to speak English. This man is playing Russian roulette with everybody's lives on a daily basis. Can't read, can't write, and can't speak the language. But you have a commercial driver's license driving an 18-wheeler? Can we reverse the roles for a minute? Imagine you were in India driving an 18-wheeler. You can't read the language, you can't write it, and you can't speak it. Forget about normal traffic signs. All the caution signs, lane closure, road closure, exit ramp closure. You don't know what's going on, but you're driving behind an 18-wheeler, putting everybody else's life at risk while you're driving blind because you can't read, write, or speak the language. Carry on.
He's been driving a truck for the past 8 years, but now he can't. अब क्या करेंगे आप?
अभी क्या कुछ लोकल जॉब देखेंगे.
When asked what comes next, he says he's worried. Trucking paid well. The sudden stop in income means he won't have money to send back to his family in India. Now he will have to start over. The U.S. Department of Transportation issued emergency rules that require the DMV to stop issuing commercial driver's licenses, or CDLs, to drivers who are not U.S. citizens or permanent residents. Even those with legal work visas, like Sharma, will be denied. It says it's doing so to improve traffic safety and close loopholes in the law.
What's going on, everybody? Thank you all for joining me today. If you haven't already, please make sure you hit the like button, subscribe to the channel if you're new to the channel, and most importantly, please make sure that you are following me on Telegram at TD Media Group to help circumvent social media censorship and shadow banning. And with the introduction out of the way, let's get into today's news. And today we have to come back to the state that I reside in, California, because, ladies and gentlemen, it happened again. Tragically, it happened again, similar to the tragic situation that happened in Florida, where an illegal immigrant Indian man who received his CDL, commercial driver's license, driving a 18-wheeler from here to Florida, decided to be an idiot and do a U-turn in the middle of the highway in Florida, killing, I believe it was 2 to 3 people. Well, here in California on the 10 freeway in Ontario, California, we have this man right here, Jashanpreet Singh, an illegal immigrant from India who crossed the border in 2022. So we're talking about one of Biden's migrants, one of Joe Biden's illegal immigrants, who caused this crash. And it's a horrific crash. I'm going to play the video for you now if you haven't seen it already. This guy was drunk and or high, right? He was charged with a DUI for being drunk and or high while driving this semi-truck and plowing into innocent pedestrians who are just, God knows where they were going, on their way to work, on their way to pick up their children, maybe getting off work, just can't wait to get home and relax. And he took the lives of these people. Look at this video clip here. This is, God, everybody's worst nightmare when you're driving on a freeway.
Exclusive dash cam video, which is now the subject of several law enforcement investigations. It shows the moment a red semi-truck plowed into a number of vehicles on the westbound 10 freeway in Ontario just after 1 p.m. yesterday. The CHP told the LA Times the driver of this big rig is a 21-year-old man who is now under arrest on suspicion of driving under the influence of drugs. A total of 4 semis were involved and also 4 passenger vehicles, one of them exploding in flames. 3 people were killed and 4 others were taken to local hospitals. This horrific crash happened just east of the 15 freeway and shut down all westbound lanes for more than 12 hours. Thousands of drivers were trapped in the gridlock just as the evening commute was getting underway. It's also near...
Jesus, man. Wow. The first vehicle he hit, it was like it just completely obliterated it. Just disappeared from off camera, completely disappeared, just exploded and obliterated. This is horrific. It's tragic. It's extremely sad But what's so upsetting about this, right, is that Gavin Newsom, and the good people of California, they were trying to hide this man's identity. Understand, the reason that his identity came out is because ICE leaked it to Bill Malugin on Fox News, right? Anonymous sources in ICE leaked it out. A round of applause for them. Thank you so much to ICE, keeping us safe, keeping the bad guys off the street, and just informing us where, the local officials and news outlets here in California, they won't do the job of informing the people, right? Because they're playing politics with all of our lives. There was absolutely no reason to not release this man's identity and his name. As I'm recording right now, it's 9:21 a.m. here in California. I don't believe that the local officials here, right, the police department and whatnot, they haven't released his identity yet as I'm recording this. So this is solely because of ICE that this man's information came out to the people to inform us all. And that is absurd. That is absurd. The way that these people, these DNC politicians here and their supporters within the local governing body of California and even within law enforcement, it's ridiculous how these people are playing politics. Because there's no reason for his identity to not be revealed. You can understand identities of victims not being revealed because they don't want the families to find out on the news while just randomly watching TV and you see your family member is just dead, but you weren't informed by anybody. That makes sense. And in a situation where maybe you have somebody who's a murderer who killed somebody, but they have him in the custody, but they don't want to release his information because of possible gang ties or cartel ties. They don't want to tip the gang or cartel off, to the fact that they have one of their guys, so they might keep their identity. In that situation, you understand certain situations where you keep and conceal the identity of an individual who's arrested of a crime. But drunk driving and driving high under the influence that leads to, vehicular manslaughter, you don't protect somebody's identity from something like that. Once again, it's pure politics, man. It's pure politics. And these people are disgusting. They are disgusting. And these are the folks that Democrats let into the country willy-nilly. And they will do it again the moment they get back into office. Look at the carnage and wreckage that he left over here. Somebody took this video that was on the scene at the time. Oh my goodness. Check this out. Look at this. That is awful. That is awful. And once again, we can never lose sight of the fact that all of this blood, unnecessary death, people who've lost their lives, even outside of them, women and children that have been violated, RAPE, assaulted, burglarized, theft, so much violence, destruction, and just assault that the American people have dealt with by the hands of those illegal immigrants who crossed the border under the Biden administration. It should never be forgotten what the DNC did to the population. That is a great betrayal that should never be forgotten. Let's play this video one more time. I played it a couple of videos ago, but just to refresh all of our memories of what life was like under Biden and what led to this moment here. Look at this video clip here.
All right, guys, what you're looking at right now is the U.S. side of the Rio Grande. That is a mass of several hundred illegal immigrants who have just crossed the Rio Grande. And look at this, several hundred more streaming across as we speak. We're on a boat in the Rio Grande. This is the Mexican side of the river right now. You can see it's a never-ending stream. Hundreds of people crossing the Rio Grande basically every hour. And they're heading over to the International Bridge, which you can see in the background. Look at that mass of people. This is why the situation under the bridge continues to deteriorate. This is insane. The federal government has to wake up.
Oh, you're right. That is how this man got here. Went straight to Gavin Newsom's California. And Gavin Newsom and the gang said, of course you can have a CDL. What? Cross the border illegally? Don't speak English? Well, here you go. You're more than qualified. You're more than qualified. Completely absurd and ridiculous. And I want to show you guys something else that's really absurd and ridiculous too. Let me pull this article up for you guys here. Right. Once again, the reason that we know who this man is solely because of ICE, right? Solely because of ICE putting this information out. And even now that this information is out, you can put this man's name, right? Jashanpreet Singh, word for word, verbatim in the Google search. You won't see any mainstream media outlets talking about it at all. It'll be Fox News, New York Post, and then a bunch of other just, independent news outlets, but nobody else is talking about this. Now, here's something that's even more ridiculous. Out of New York, right? New Venezuela, you have another individual, Indian man, who was given a CDL license, to drive. He got into a little bit of a situation. I believe it was in Oklahoma, if I'm not mistaken. I think it was in Oklahoma where this guy got into a situation. And when they went to get his driver's license from him, his New York State CDL, it had no name. Literally no name on the driver's license. Check this out here. This is just absurd.
Director Lyons, I saw something that startled me. That was ICE arresting an Indian national, an illegal alien operating an 18-wheeler in Oklahoma. And you can see on your screen now, he was carrying a New York State issued commercial driver's license that could also be used as a real ID. His first name was listed as, quote, no name given. That's literally a real ID he was arrested with. Meanwhile, ICE has arrested at least 91 illegals operating commercial vehicles following that deadly crash back in August in Florida. That was also an Indian national. Fortunately, in this latest no-name case, no one lost their life, but this has got to give a lot of pause and concern for people that we have a lot of illegal aliens out there that shouldn't be behind commercial vehicles.
Yeah, it's really scary, Griff. And, like you said, to see that on a driver's license issued by a state, no name given, and the worst part, there's a real ID star right up there in the corner. I don't know about you all, but it was like going through a security clearance for me to get my real ID. So I can't believe that we're giving illegal aliens who have no right to be here these driver's licenses. You have these sanctuary states that want to go ahead and try to just make it welcoming for these people that we don't know who they are. And again, these are CDL licenses. These people are transporting hazardous goods, materials at times. And in some cases, we don't know exactly what they're doing. And look how many American citizens have lost their lives because of individuals like that have these driver's licenses. Homeland Security Investigations is dedicated to working with the other state police departments and our other federal agencies to make sure we get these IDs off the street and arrest these criminal aliens.
It is unprecedented how many people have lost their lives at the hands of the illegal immigrants that Democrats have led into the country, and just how they're able to Democrats, that is, just dismiss it. They just dismiss this stuff. So many people have lost their lives, so much bloodshed, so much harm, women and children violated, and they just dismiss it. But Charlie Kirk's words were hurtful, and they were negatively impacting, minority communities and disadvantaged communities. His words were hurting people. Man, y'all are stupid. You're just. Anyways, stupid. Look at this here. Let me reel it on back in. You guys know what I'm going to do, my little woo side. Okay. And let's continue on with the show. ICE and DHS, they've been doing an excellent job enforcing the law, and trying to get these guys off the streets, and remove their CDLs from them and make sure that this stuff can't happen. I want to play this video here, of an American citizen truck driver who shows what ICE is actually doing in the process of how this stuff goes, right? When it gets to these stops, and then they're checking IDs and verifying that you are who you say you are and whatnot. This is a very interesting video clip that I want to play for you guys. So check this out next.
All right, y'all. Back again with another video. I'm at the weigh station, 94 East. This line is backed up because I believe ICE is up here again. And I'm gonna try to record them and let's see what they say. Alright, as you can see, they are up there. See I'm standing there? Behind the sign. So they are here. And as you can see,
continue
they got
northeast.
cars.
Continue on in 45 miles. Take exit 27 to the right toward Michigan 63.
And I guess they're conducting their investigation. But I'm pretty sure them trucks been pulled over not for weight, but because of these guys right here. Like another low-key van. That's how they transport them right there. Alright, y'all, I'm next. See what they got to say. Little more. There you go. Where are you headed? To Michigan. We're at Michigan. 1 second, sir. Wyoming. Where? Wyoming, Michigan. Wyoming, Michigan? Yeah. All right, be safe. Cool. All right, thank you. I tried to switch my voice up just a little bit, right? So we can start a conversation. But they're still asking, like, where you going? If you don't know how to speak that proper English, man, they'll pull you in. Hey, I'm gonna continue to make these videos, right? As I get, have interactions with them out on the road. Just trying to spread the word, man. Be aware as to be, is to stay a motherfucking United States citizen. That's all. Y'all be safe out there, right?
So now, as you can see, ICE is doing everything in their power, to keep us safe on the roads, right? They are at these wait stations, checking IDs, checking accents, checking all that. Like you said, you better be able to speak the Queen's English when you pull up, or else you're gonna have to show me some paperwork, and once it's time to show me that paperwork, if it's not right, you're getting off the road. So while they're doing the right thing by making sure that the people are staying safe, we still have people who are complete lunatics that have created kind of back doors on the road, to say, so that these illegal immigrants can go around checkpoints and go around wait stations and can continue to drive these trucks. Look at this here. Let me show you this tweet, and I'm going to play the video that's attached to it. Look at this here. Let me zoom in some more. Breaking: Republicans are calling on police and ICE to crack down on road detours used by illegal alien truck drivers to circumvent wait stations and English proficiency verification. Quote, "They are all getting off here before the wait station. I hope all illegal drivers are off the road. These trucks are going around wait stations," right? Let's play this video clip from the Oklahoma farmer that exposed this, and how these truck drivers, illegal alien truck drivers, are going around these wait stations so that, they don't have to take these English proficiency tests that lead them to lose their license, but then put all of us in danger.
Out in Compact, watching these trucks trying to go around the way station. Is it illegal? Or is it just overweight? Cook the logs? What do you think it is? I'm betting he's illegal because I'm in western Oklahoma, Beckett County, and that That way station right over there has, I think, shut down 120 or 140 trucks last week. And they're all getting off, or a lot of them's getting off here at this exit right before the way station. And funny thing is, that way station has cameras on old 66 about 3/4 of a mile over. So they'll see them. Let's see what they'll catch them. I hope all illegal drivers, I'm gonna get hate over this, but all illegal drivers need to be off the road. And when I'm not in the cotton patch, I'm on the road. Adios.
This is completely unacceptable and absurd. As he stated, the wait station, they do have cameras, all around that area. So hopefully these people are getting caught, But man, this is just absurd. This is absurd what we're dealing with here. That we have situations continuously popping up of illegal aliens driving 18-wheelers, getting their CDLs out of California, can't even speak English. You even see those, like I just played for you, the Indian man, right, who got his CDL from New York State, Kathy Hochul State, New York, and there isn't even a name on the license. These guys are out here driving, putting us all in danger, and you have DNC lunatics that don't have an issue with it. And when something does occur and people do lose their lives, like what occurred here in California, right, just a day ago, they then turn around and try to hide their identities. This is absurd and unacceptable. And I never, ever, ever want to see a Democrat in office running the country ever again, if I have not made that point clear already. And with all that being said, that does it for today's news. So I want to thank you guys for joining me today. Please hit the like button on your way out. Subscribe to the channel if you're new to the channel. Share this video on social media platforms. And do not forget to follow me on Telegram at TD Media Group. The link to my Telegram is in the description box below and pinned in the comment section as well. Thank you all for your time. Until the next video, peace and have a great afternoon.